Andy Goettsch, Galva, Iowa.
And what is this truck?
1989, 9670 International Eagle.
Oh, an Eagle. That's
Yeah,
an
it's an
important
Eagle
part.
package, yep.
What's the engine transmission?
It's got a 400 big cam with a 13-speed, 336 gears.
And totally, completely overhauled.
Totally, completely
everywhere.
down to the last bolt.
How long did this whole process take?
Oh, we've been at it for almost a year.
I know you have a thing for internationals.
Correct.
So was this just the next step?
It's just the next step.
I've got my international ring on too, if this can even see that. But everything you've done here, where did you start? What was the truck like when you got it?
The truck was actually in pretty good shape. The cab was really good. That's why I ended up buying this one. I had to overhaul the motor. It's got the original transmission. The visor actually came with that visor. They put a different axle under the front end, so we get it to set a little lower. It's got all new suspension under the back, all disc brakes.
Where did you find it?
I found it in about Central Missouri, about 2 years ago. So I've been on it for, a couple-year project, but...
And you were specifically looking for one of these?
Yep, the double bunk. I was looking for the double bunk. So the bunk is bigger than most.
And was it in decent shape?
It was in decent shape, yeah. It really actually was. That's why I kind of picked the one that I found. So.
Did you have a total plan for this, or did it morph along the way?
Kind of, but as you go, your plans change too,
What was the first thing you did?
We just stripped it all down.
And how long is this enormous wheelbase here?
It's a 265 is the wheelbase. Yep. And then the trailer is a 2025 Wilson.
Has it hauled anything yet?
Not yet.
Do you have a first haul lined up?
Oh, it'll be down the road after do a few shows.
Of course.
4,000 sheets of sandpaper, about 200 buffing wheels, couple grinders later, 1,600 man hours. The polishing was done by Gavin Disney and J.R. Joy Parapolishing.
Had they ever done a project like this before?
They've never done one like this. No, first one.
Was it your idea or their idea?
Well, kind of was a little bit all of us. We were all talking and kind of how we come up with it. And then we decided to do the inside. And the deck is all painted. The gates are all painted. The same color gold as the trailer. And then we got Tyler involved too. He did all the painting. Vanderslogs, VDZ. People did the truck, so then he worked on the trailer for a while. They made these brackets for the lights to fit over the posts.
How many lights are on it?
I have to count. I can't honestly answer that without counting.
That sounds like a good
project for later.
For a child too.
I know if Tyler was here, he could tell you, but I don't know for 100%.
So what's your favorite part about this whole entire build?
My favorite part of the whole part of it, honestly, is how all of us work together to get the outcome and the family that we've made out of all of us to get to what we got. And our friendships, that is my best. I mean, that, as far as the truck, yeah, trucks are trucks, but the family that we made out of all of us together is by far the most important part of it to me.
How many times have you brought a truck here to Louisville?
This is my third time.
I feel like we should walk all the way down and soak this whole thing in for sure.
Then we put full fenders under the back, and then Vanderslogs built the bumper behind the front axle to match exactly the back of the trailer that came from Wilson. And then they put the stainless up underneath the back on the filler plates.
In case anybody hasn't watched the other video that we did together, what is your special connection to internationals? I feel like we might
That's what I grew up with. That's all my parents had and what I grew up with. It's what I drive today.
How many have you had over the years?
Oh, lots.
Have you ever had a 4300?
No, that is one we never did. We grew up in the Cabover era.
So what's the next project then? You got to soak this one in for a while, obviously.
My 2023 Lone Star.
Well, that's not a Cabover.
No.
Wow.
Then they vinyled the ceiling and like the back wall and then the front wall and the parts that we couldn't polish, we vinyled.
The animals won't even understand
No.
the style.
No, I don't even know if they'd even walk in it at the moment.
Well, they'd see themselves and probably freak out a little bit, right?
Yes.
They'll all walk out on the other end wearing sunglasses that they didn't have when they like
No,
bling around their neck.
we'd have to do something to it before I could use it, you know, to get it so it's not so shiny. You know, the floor and that. Oh, the walls wouldn't be so bad, but they won't go in on that shiny floor.
I never even thought about that.
So they'd have to put wood chips down or, you know, something.
Do you drive?
I drive every day, yeah.
Is it the Lone Star that's the
Yep.
daily driver?
I drive every day, do something, and got about 35 trucks on the road every day.
Are they all internationals?
No.
Okay.
We got a little bit of everything. I have a bunch of owner operators. We got about one of everything.
What was your first truck that you rode in? An international, of course.
The 4070 that you did 2 years ago, that's what I grew up in as a little kid, and that's the first truck I drove. And then I started driving one of these, and then I went to a conventional. Drove 9200s, 9400s.
What did the truck do with its previous owner?
I can't tell you for sure. I just bought it on the internet. I think they pulled an end dump with it. It had a wet kit, which was the first thing that came off because it was god awful ugly.
Did you drive it here?
I actually hauled it down so we keep it a little bit cleaner.
How about the frame here? I don't see any bolts, totally smooth
Nope,
frame.
they did the boltless frame. And then they made boxes and, you know, for like to use it someday if you want to put your boots and whatever. And then the bottom is all covered too underneath the bottom of the frame. So there's nothing, it's all like a rectangle.
I've been crawling around on the ground a lot this week.
Blows my mind how people can just put their hands on stuff.
I don't think they understand the amount of work that goes into these, which I don't understand how people can't understand that if you look at this.
That's the pump to jack the cab up, yep.
Do you have to do it yourself or you have a...
If you got enough air, it's got the air assist that you can hit the button, otherwise you can do it manually.
Can do it manually. How much fun would that?
It's work. And then they moved the batteries. There's 2 in each side box.
How did you come up with this idea?
That's
you just needed
all
more
Vanderslogs. They come up with that. And then they moved all the fuses from behind the dash into here.
That's easy.
And then on the other side, the HVAC used to sit under the passenger seats in them. And they moved it into this compartment on the other side so that we could have a decent seat, you know.
What about your interior?
So they took the wall out right here. So the wall would have come right straight across here. And they moved that and boxed that in and set it back like 6-7 inches so that they could get the seat back far enough for me.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'7".
But you like cabovers. You choose this. You choose this.
It's just something different, you know. A lot of people do it, and it's what's different to me, you know. And it's what I grew up in. I just like being different than what everybody else has, you know.
How do you find the short shifter? Take some getting used to.
Like when I first started driving one as a kid, it was definitely different. But once you get onto it, it's not bad.
What's your sound system like in here? I see speakers everywhere.
Really good.
What was the first thing you played on it? Is there like a set song to see how it sounds?
I have yet to Bluetooth my phone to it because Tyler had it since, you know, he worked on it in the shop. So
they won't let you pick the tunes?
He plays the music so far. Yeah.
Can you fit in there?
Oh yeah. Okay. Easy. Well, it'd be just the same as any other cab, the same width. But it's way wider, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But we lost some of the width with the speakers and the sound system in the back, you know.
But it was worth it by the sounds of
Oh,
it.
goodness, yes. You'll have to come back later if you're out and about.
That is the perfect steering wheel for this truck, too.
It's the same one he put in my other one.
When did this begin, the build? A year ago? Is that what you said?
Short year ago, yeah. Started in about May. Finished up Friday night.
Is it finished now?
Yeah.
Nothing you want to change or
Oh, they got a
expand
couple
on?
little things to do when we get home, but nothing major.
Am I right in saying it's the reverse colors?
Correct. Reverse some other cab over the red and the black. Yep.
Oh, wow. Look at the stripe continuing across the hinge there.
Yep.
Is this the original Eagle, or did you have to
That is
find
original. All the parts on it are all original. Everything that's chrome is all original. The mirrors, the grab handles, the steps, the Eagle.
Have they been re-chromed?
Yeah, we sent them
Okay.
off and got them all re-chromed. Yep.
That's probably one of the hardest things to find a place to have that done anymore,
Yep.
isn't it?
It's all original.
Have you had the chance to drive it since the build was finished?
Across the parking lot.
With a smile on your face the whole way.
Exactly.
What's the next show you'll be attending?
We're going to go to Huron, South Dakota in June, and then Life Rolls On in June.
Which is your Polishers show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's JR's show. And then Tyler's show is Oakland, Nebraska. And then we got invited to go to Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow. So you've got your schedule for the year set, basically.
Yes. Yes, it's going to be full.
What's your favorite touch on this one?
My favorite touch?
Yeah.
The interior.
Red, black, and gold.
By far the interior. It really turned out awesome, I think.
Well, it's beautiful weather here this year. What classes did you enter in the show?
On this show we're in limited no mile combo.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Thank you.
You do a lot of editing, don't you?